Alright, today I want to make a video on updating an Actron scanner, and the reason I want to do that is because I already tried and it basically bricked the scanner. Let's see if I can focus the camera here. So I'm just going to go through that. This is a software suite that I downloaded from their site. This is for Windows 7, so you have to run it in compatibility mode. I have the scanner on the other camera here that I'm showing the screen on, but what I want to show, let me zoom out of it for a minute. Basically, if you have this type of scanner, do not try to update the firmware or the software with the battery on it. The battery, for some reason, if the software doesn't go through, it'll just get stuck in program mode right there. So what I've done is I have a power supply that has 12 volts power source that I can plug into, and that's what I'm using for the scanner, just to make sure it doesn't shut off on me, or else every time, no matter what battery you put, even a new one, it shut off in the middle of doing the update. So I believe that's what bricked it, and apparently I didn't even need to do that because they don't even have a software update. So that's my experience with this scanner. I just happened to test it on a car that was a 2014, and this only went up to like 2005. So I decided let me choose to update the software. I figured, well, let me see if it works. So I went ahead and did it, but you know, I wasn't familiar with it, and then it seems like it bricked it. So that's my warning to anyone trying to do that. If you do decide to update it, but you probably won't have to because there's no update anyway. The software is Windows 7 software. I already talked to the company and they basically gave me instructions on how to check the firmware, which I had already done, so that didn't help me with this problem. So I just want to do this for the video purposes so that you can see what's happening here, but let me go through the software, even though you won't see it on the camera that's on the scanner right now, but I'll put them together later, or I'll see if I can do that. So I'm going to the tool update here. It says connect device, select software version to install, authorize the software to install the software to the scan tool. So the reason I'm going through it again is because I already did the compatibility mode, which I didn't do at the beginning. So I want to see if it's going to do anything different, but I'm not sure it will do anything different, even though it said it fixed something. So here on the second screen, I'm just going to click automatically. I already tried manually and it just goes back to the same thing anyways. So it says downloading something, and you just let it go, connecting to USB, which is already connected here. And of course I get that error message now, or message that says at this time there are no updates for your tool. Tool updates may be unavailable with an update to scanning suite. Make sure you have the latest version by clicking on check for scanning suite software in the setup. And there's nothing now. Before there was something showing to download, but so I'm just gonna see if I can go next. No, it doesn't do it, so I'm just gonna close it. Exit without installing software. Now it's telling me, do I want to install the software or exit? But I can't do it. So I'm just going to go there, and if we go to setup, or setup right here, I can click on scan suite. It says download complete. Where's that download? Who knows? And that's the problem with trying to update this software through, or this firmware through their software, because you don't know what file is what. And if I could do it manually, maybe I could go ahead and try to update it or reset this somehow. Scanning suite is up to date. Continue. Check for updates. Check for update. Download. See, download something. I don't know what. Tool updates may be available with an update. Blah blah blah. It's basically the same thing. So, all right. So there's really nothing that I can do here as far as updating. So I'm just going to exit the software and quit the, well, I won't quit that since I'm talking, but Now if I go to the program mode, it says user manual. Let me see if I can go in there a little closer and see if it'll focus. Okay, so now let me see if I can go back. It just beeps, nothing. So if I press any other button, same thing. This thing will not do anything. And if I try to shut it off, of course it doesn't shut off either. Now there's a battery in here, so let me back it up and I'll unplug it. I'll basically turn it off here. So it shuts off. Now I have a battery in there, and I'll even unplug it from the USB port. So here we got program mode, see user manual again. Click every button, nothing. Click this button, it beeps and it turns it off. Beeps and it turns it off. So if you want to break your Scantron, go ahead and try an update and it'll do it for you. Unfortunately, that's what it is, and I really couldn't get any more help than the instructions how to check that, because I just want to reset it and just make it work again. Unfortunately, I tried to email or return the email that I got from the person that sent me the response, but the email just didn't work. It said email error or something, I forget what it was. So I have to go through the website again and do an update, and do another email on there and see if I can get somebody to help me with it. But as this, if you have one of these, do not update it, because if it's an older model, and I guess it may break it. That software will break it. They don't have an update. They didn't mention anything about an update. Yeah, the scanner is for older models, but the cars are still around, so I don't, you definitely want to have an update on something, so at least you can make it work again. So now I have to see if I can find OVF04. What is that? That's the first one. I haven't seen that before. That's interesting. Alright, can we get back? I don't know what that was, but I'm glad I got it on video. It's got a brand new battery in there. Come on. So the only thing I guess I could try is plug it into a car, which I don't have a car with OBD2, so that's the other thing that might do it. Maybe, I don't know, but it's not even going back, so it should work without it, or at least let me get back into the menus. But I don't know. I mean, right now this is what I'm looking at. So that's why I wanted to make the video, just to actually show you what's happening there, because I can't even get back into the settings there. So that's it for this video, and if I get something else or find another scanner, maybe we'll do a video on that too. But for now, this is what I have, and I'm already looking into something else, but we'll see what happens.